Hello, hello! I'm Kasasagi Usagi, and I am here with more Final Fantasy. Oh, something was doubling up on me as I tried to go to my other page. Why did that happen? Okay. I forgot to mute Streamlabs. Anyway, let's try that intro all over again. I am Kasasagi Usagi, and I am here with more Final Fantasy 14. It's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's. It's also Valentine's Day here in Gridania and kind of all over the place. I don't have actually. So we're gonna do that before we do any quest stuff because these events are limited time only. So let's go. Lisette de Valentine appears mildly distressed. Do you feel it, my friend? Love is in the air, and I, Lisette de Valentine, shall encourage one and all to reach out and seize it by the fistful. Ah, Valentine's Day, this time has come for me and my fellow emissaries to enfold this realm in the tender embrace of ardor and affection, but I fear my perfect plan has encountered a tiny wrinkle. Did you perhaps recognize the anguish in mine eyes, the quiet desperation? Oh, what happy fortune has delivered unto me this gentle savior? The problem, you see, lies with young Astrid here. Oh, she does well enough as an apprentice, but she insists I allow her free rein as a full emissary. Too soon, I say. The bud has not yet flowered. Oh, Lisette, what more must I do to prove myself? My dear child, allow me to explain. Kupo? One cannot expect to master romance in a matter of months. True understanding of love requires expertise, and nuanced knowledge. Acquisition of such whimsical wisdom is the work of years, Kupo. A Moogle with a heart-shaped palm? Where did you come from? I am Kupka Cobb, deliverer of penned passion and maestro of the myriad matters of the heart, and any amateur emissary would be wise to heed my words, Kupo. But I did not wing my way here to lecture green stock striplings. Nay, it is the adventurer with whom I have business. The letter's author is by a girl of the name Aline, a dear friend of mine, and an incurable admirer of yours, Kupo. Such a plucky young thing she is, though lately stricken with the deepest melancholy. I cannot bear to see her brood so. If you will only help me, I am sure we can restore her usual good cheer, Kupo. I'd be happy to. Then you must allow me to help as well. We shall serve the cause of love in all its forms, and a mission born of friendship certainly qualifies. The more the merrier, Kupo. I'll not turn away aid freely offered, even from a fumbling fledgling. Huh. Well, I promise this fumbling fledgling will endeavor to do her best. First things first, why don't we have what Aline has to say in her missive to you, adventurer? Just as the eyes are windows to the soul, so might her words permit us a glimpse into her heart. Dear Akali, I hope this letter finds you well. I've always heard how brave you are, so I decided to be brave too and tell you my story. The truth is, I've never been outside the Twelveswood. I dreamed of building my strength and skills so that I could follow in your footsteps, and maybe one day see the sea with my very own eyes. But now I'm not so sure that that day will ever come. I suppose I'll just have to imagine those sparkling shores, and be content with the tales of your adventures. I hope the roads you always bring you home safe and sound. "'Tis obvious she thinks the world of you, Akali. I wonder then what caused her to abandon her plans to travel the realm as you do. Aline has spent long hours drilling in spear and bow, preparing herself for an adventure. It makes no sense for her to suddenly give up, Kupo. It certainly is a mystery. She loves the sea, yes. Perhaps if we visit the shore ourselves, it might provide the inspiration we need to encourage her. A fine idea, Kupo. Come along with me to Middle Lonosia, the pair of you. We can find a nice spot on the coast near the mouth of the Ageless River. This is what Valentine's is all about, my dears. Go on now. You can leave the festival events to me. I don't have that. Oh, middle. Upper. Oh, I can go to it this way. Alright. We can grab Swift Porch while we're here. It's so foggy outside. And then Middle and Osia is up here. Middle and Osia. What city is here? Oh, is this like the first Limsa city? Yeah, what is it? Summerfield Farms? Summerford Farms. Yes. It might have actually been faster and cheaper. This is fine. Get to look at these giant enemy crabs. Aline loves to hear about the world beyond the Twelveswood, Kupo. When I tell tales of my travels, she always hangs on every word. She seems especially enraptured by the idea of the ocean's sparkling waters in the sunlight. I suppose when one has lived one's whole life amongst the trees, such a sight sounds splendid indeed. What if we were to bring such a sight to Aline? Perhaps a painting of the sea and its grandeur would serve to stoke the fires of this dream she has let burn so low. It just might work, Kupo. Yes, I must have a canvas at once. Whilst I'm occupied with my easel, you must gather a posy of sweet-scented flowers from hereabouts. The heady sangrets of Velbrand will surely excite Aline's senses just as well as the sight of its beauty. Might I suggest the blooms just northwest of Tiller's Rest? Those are particularly lovely and shall perfectly complement my art. thought they would be closer, but I guess I've just been to Mount Up. Oh, they look like daisies. I have gone away. That's okay. I wish the weather was better for these quests. It's all dark and gloomy. Ah, Akali, you encountered no difficulties picking flowers, I trust? The heady fragrance of these flowers invokes an image of the picturesque coastline of Hildebrand. Perfect! A scent almost as evocative as the shoreline as the sea air itself, Kupo. And with the paints our fledge Miss Astrid was so kind to provide, I have but this moment completed my depiction of the sea. I was able to employ a secret an artist once taught me about Lanosian shells. Ground up and mixed with water, they make for pigments of surprisingly good quality. It seemed the perfect choice for the task at hand. Pray forgive me for calling you a stripling, Kupo. Your assistance has been both apt and timely. Right then, now that we have the blooms and painting both, let us deliver our bounty of love. I know Aline, if I know Aline, and I do, she will be mooning about in the vicinity of Sweet Bloom Pier, Kupo. That's a Hawthorne, right? It's actually better to teleport to Gridania, go to the Lancers Guild, and take the boat. It won't cost me $600. Oh, she's like right here. Okay. Akali, it's really you. Kupka didn't say anything about bringing you back with him. Akali and Astrid have been helping me prepare a little gift for you, Aline. My work keeps me ever busy delivering love and happiness to others, but this time it's your turn, Kupo. I've painted you a picture of Lanosian Sea. Do you like it? Astrid here made the paints herself out of seashells, Kupo, and Akali carefully picked the perfect flowers to accompany the scene. It's so pretty, and the scent. I could close my eyes and imagine I was on a faraway island. Even more breathtaking sights and sounds and smells await you in the distant lands, Kupo. Why not go visit them for yourself? Why give up on your dreams? Oh, Kupka. I tried to do better, I really did. But no matter how much I practiced my archery and spearwork, I never seemed to improve compared to the other students. Just wandering the Twelveswood is dangerous enough. If I yet can't even protect myself here, how could I think of exploring further? It was a silly idea. Have you looked into botany? Become a botanist, you mean? I guess they do learn how to move safely through the wilds. That could be useful to know. Thank you, Astrid. Akali, a little gift and a few inspiring words have done the trick. How delightful to see Aline so positive again, Kupo. I am thrilled to have been of service, and yes, what a wonderful feeling to put a smile on your dear friend's face. Feeling. Why do I have the feeling I'm forgetting something, Kupo? Pluck my palm, Kupo! I still have a delivery to make in Ulda. The songbirds must have their love letters, Kupo. Akali, if you're not in much of a hurry, do you think I could ask you a favor? This hat has crazy defense. Can I dye it? No. Well. Aline is gazing at you with expectant eyes. You'll help me then? Oh, thank you, Akali. More than anything right now, I want to join Kupka on his trip to Ulda. The problem is, I'm afraid my parents will be too worried to let me go, but if they knew you were going with me, this could be your first step on the road to adventure. So you're saying you'll come? Wonderful. I'll have to tell my parents right away. I shall be right behind you when you do, a voice of steady reassurance. I too would like to see this tale to its conclusion. One can hardly abandon the ship of love ere it docks safely in the harbor. Before we leave for Ulda, however, I should report to Lisette the reason for my continued absence. Let us convene at the airship landing when we are ready to depart. So last year, the Valentine's event was this, there was Astrid, who's always here every year, and then two people they just introduced. And they were sort of, in theory, based on, oh, this might get into spoiler characters, but there was three, like, big NPCs last expansion for Shadowbringers. And so each of these Valentine's NPCs were, like, representing them in sort of a way. So you had like the Forget-Me-Not blues and the rose red, and I don't remember what the yellow one was. But Astrid, these clothes were all, so one was red, one was blue, one was yellow, and these clothes were all dyeable. So the color didn't really matter. And it was just based on what advice the NPC was giving about a situation. And this girl, who has been here every Valentine's Day, won across every data center and every world. And she had the worst advice. And it was just so frustrating because she won because, one, she was the only girl out of the three NPCs and the only recognizable NPC. And so she just like flat out won every data center. And it was just like, everyone was so mad. Well, not like everyone, because obviously she won a popularity contest. But it was just like, it was insanely frustrating. So you couldn't even go to other days. Because like then, depending on who won, red, blue, or yellow, the scenery was different in all the cities. So like you would have blue instead of red. But because she won everywhere, it was only red. You never got to see what the other ones looked like. So it was like maddeningly frustrating. I wish they had taken her out and put another random NPC in her place so that she wouldn't have won by just like odds and stuff like that. God, that last Valentine's was such a crapshoot. I like the outfit we got though. It was nice. They said yes. Kupka helped me convince them. Wonderful. And might I say, you look very smart in your traveling clothes. I was gonna say the same thing. She looks so cute. Yes, it is all very exciting, but let us not forget your promise to return within the agreed upon time, Kupo. All aboard for Ulda. Once we arrive, I must speak with the Royal Seneschal at the Ruby Road Exchange. Well met, adventurer. I am the Royal Seneschal, and it is my great pleasure and privilege to oversee the joyous events of Little Lady's Day. My dear Seneschal, how does time pass us by, Kupo? I came once more bearing letters of love for the songbirds. And how eagerly do they await your arrival, dear Kupka? Our lovely ladies are presently occupied with rehearsals for their upcoming performance, but they should be back any moment. Ahem. Are these fine people all your assistants? Remiss of me, Kupo. Allow me to make the introductions. But isn't this fitting? And why it's as if Akali is acting essential for this darling young princess. Yes, exactly. And even as a little lady's day wish is coming true, so too we are fulfilling a mission of love for Valentine's Day, the two wonderful celebrations joyfully coinciding. Oh, which reminds me, I have a missive here for you from Lizette, our eminent emissary of romance and affection. Seeing as our respective festivals are set to take place at much the same time, the Lady Valentine proposes a joint event of some manner. This is indeed a rare opportunity, and one too precious to be squandered. But what might be suitable, I wonder? Oh, I didn't realize the two events. They were mushing the two events together. So Little Lady's Day happens in March, but because Final Fantasy XIV has had to do a lot of we didn't even have a Halloween event this year because everybody's working from home and things are backed up as they are. Like the big ultimate fight got pushed back to 6.1. They must be merging the two. They must have merged the Valentine's event, which is in February, and the Little Ladies' Day event, which is basically White Day for Japan, that happens in March. So that they don't have to rush to put out two events at once, which makes sense. By the gods, I need a bath, but I'd say we're all ready for the big show. Ah, ladies, Kupka Koop is here with your mail. I have a bundle for each of you, Kupo. I thought they disbanded. I don't remember, though. I thought for certain I would have the biggest pile this time. Why is it we always receive the exact same number of fan letters? Well, I think it's nice. We're all equally loved. Besides, it's about the content, not the quantity. All those words of admiration and encouragement. This fan writes, I can hardly wait to see your next performance, not to mention your newest outfits. God, we haven't even decided what to do with our costumes. A new look for a new us was the idea, but if we don't come up with something soon, we'll be taking to the stage in what we're wearing now. Those aren't the songbird shoes. What about Valentine's Day costumes? I think they're really adorable. Aline, what a splendid idea! We could sew up some pattern using using fabric and the Songbird's signature colors, red, blue, and yellow. That is a splendid idea! A dash for Valentine flavor to spice up little lady's confection. It'll be the talk of the town. Well now, it would seem Lizette's desire for a joint event has found its answer. Indeed, I shall return to Redania to arrange the costumes and report the good news. Please take your ease, ladies. I will inform you once the new outfits have arrived. And what of your own plans? If you aren't otherwise occupied, might I ask for a helping hand while you await the return of your companion? There would be no rush. You could even complete the task as you take a tour of the city. What say you? All the minions. It's a simple errand, really. I have a single delivery that I should like you to make to the children's ward at Frondel's Posterity. We'll be trusted with a delivery? I feel like we're an adventurer already. Oh, you've set your sights on becoming an adventurer, have you? Well then, Mistress Aline, we must reward you accordingly. Whatever portion of my delivery remains unclaimed shall be yours to keep. How does that sound? You can count on me, sir. What is this children's ward exactly, anyway? From what I understand, 'tis a place where the little ones around your age are sent to recover from illness, Kupo. I'm getting the two mixed up. There will be a lady there by the name of Adithya. Put the package directly into her hands, if you please. Yes, sir. On our way, sir. I actually don't know where the children's ward is off the top of my head. Oh, by the alchemy place. It's pretty grim because I think the morgue's over there too. Rock. Well, that's fine. Yeah, the Little Ladies' Day stuff is out. I hadn't even realized that we were mishmashing events. No, the morgue's by the Black Mage Guild. Okay. I was getting mixed up. This is where the Sultan Sworn hang out. Alchemy happens in here. Sick children are here. No, this makes more sense. The morgue is somewhere else. A delivery from the Royal Seychelles, is it? The children's ward is right through here. I see. Well, you have my thanks, my little adventurer, as do your friends. If I may ask, Lady Adelphia, where are all the children? I had expected the ward to be so quiet, Kupo. They're with the physicians, undergoing a scheduled examination. We put up decorations while they're away, you see, ready to surprise them upon their return. The sweets you've brought us from the Snatchell are part of the celebrations. Perhaps you might like to stay and help hand them out? Oh, I would like that very much. Handing out sweets is an act of love, and very much in keeping with Valentine's Day tradition. As an emissary, it would be my duty and my joy, Kupo. I was aware of plans to decorate the ward, but I did not expect we would be welcoming such delightful visitors as well. Look how happy the children are to meet Mistress Aline and Master Kupka. It is not often they get to make new friends of their own age, not to mention a different city, so this is quite a special occasion. Lady Aldethia gave me leftover sweets as a reward. I guess that means we finished the job the Seneschal gave us. And a fine job it was. I shall be staying here with the children for a time, so might I ask that you convey my regards to the Seneschal? Of course, we should be getting back in any case, Kupo. Astrid will surely have returned by now. The children were adamant that they would visit Aline and Kupka in Gridania once they recovered from their ailments. The gentle presence in the ward was a gift, I tell you, far more beneficial than any tonic or elixir. Thank you again for your assistance. I would also thank the Royal Seneschal for his thoughtfulness, but my duties keep me here for the time being. I'm sure he will understand. Aww. Oh, you don't get to go in here very often. It's only for Little Ladies' Day usually, and not even all the time. I'm like pretty sure you just can't wander in here. These are all decorations from previous years, I'm pretty sure. I want that. That looks new. This does actually look new. I don't recognize these things or umbrellas with the little trinkets in them. I actually don't know what the rewards are, except for the Kupo hat, so. I wonder what we're gonna get. Thank you for delivering the most important cargo. And now, how is the Lady Elika? Will she be joining us for the festivities? She said she needed to stay with the children for the moment. Oh, but she did let me have the rest of the sweets just like you promised. But of course, it is only fair that you be paid for your services rendered. As for your companion, Mistress Astrid returned a short while ago with the promised costumes and is assisting the songbirds with the fitting. The ladies will be mounting the stage momentarily. You'll stay to watch the performance, of course. Oh, these are last year's outfits. Yeah, this is what we got last year. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you for coming to our concert. Valentine's Day festivities are in full swing, and now, here in Ul'dah, Little Ladies' Day has taken over the city. This is our chance to have double the fun. Have you noticed our Valentine Day themed costumes? This performance is dedicated to the ideals of both festivals, and we mean to give the emissary friends a run for their money. Prepare to feel the love. The songbirds are so amazing and pretty and lovely. It's no wonder they're so popular. With the way they can stir people's hearts, we may have to appoint them as honorary emissaries. I certainly feel inadequate after that performance, Kupo. Perhaps I'm not as wise in the ways of love as I thought. Did you see how much the crowd loved our outfits, Aline? We have you and your friends to thank for that. I was just saying how pretty you three looked. I'm so glad it went well. I don't know when or even if ever be a real adventurer, but this trip to Ul'dah felt like a great start, going on a journey and helping out the Senshell. Oh, you want to be an adventurer? You must be very brave. Chasing a dream is no easy feat, especially one that takes a great deal of training and dedication. Sometimes they seem so far away, but we reach for them all the same, don't we? That's because having a dream is the best thing there is. Sure, there'll be times when you feel it's all too hard, but remember to keep that fire inside burning bright. Exactly, and don't you ever say if, stick with when. Your dream will always be there waiting. Put one foot in front of the other and you'll get there in the end. Praise yourself whenever you make it even one step further than the day before. And that's what I do. It builds confidence and helps you stay positive. I will. Thank you, all of you. I'll never stop chasing my dream. I suppose I better be heading home, but when I next come to Ul'dah, I'll have to bring some 12-wood flowers for the children's ward. I'm sure they would love that, Kupo, and it would be nice to have a longer chat with our new friends. Shall we board the airship then? Lizette wished to see us upon our return, so pray join me at the amphitheater if you have time. I think I'm just gonna... Welcome back, everyone. Our dear Astrid explained all the excitement when she came to arrange the costumes. I am so pleased to see you lifted out of that gloomy mood, Aline, and I really must thank you for your excellent suggestion. Oh, Lady Lizette, you should have seen the songbirds in their Valentine outfits. They were adorable. I thank you, Akali. I would have never braved any of this if it weren't for you. Now, if an adventurer helps you, you're supposed to give them a reward. I'll have to ask Mother and Father what we can spare. Your kind words were enough. You mean my letter? That hardly seems fair. Well, I really should be going now. Please know that I'll never forget this for as long as I live. And thank you, Kupka, for encouraging me to write that letter. I'll always enjoy our talks in the wood. And thank you, Astrid, for staying with me until the end. I'll come to see you as often as I can before Valentine's Day is over. And I can never thank you enough, Akali. I dream of the day we can travel together again. I know I was on a mission of love for Aline, and yet somehow I feel I gained as much from the experience as she did. I thought I understood what being an emissary was all about, but there is so much more. You were right, Lizette. I was trying to dash through the garden when I should have stopped to count the petals. Well, that's one way of putting it, but at least you know now what you don't know. At least you know now you know what you don't know, and that's at least 2/3 of the journey. If I could bring as much joy to even 1/3 of the songbirds, I would be happy. Well, I shall be learning right alongside you, Astrid. It wouldn't do to have a fledgling outdo me, Kupo. Fear not, my eager emissaries. Valentine's Day is not over yet, and there is still plenty more love to spread around. So I got my little hat. And then usually the rest of the gifts are over here. Oh, interesting. There's only a stuffed animal? Well, I will take him. No. Just the 2, huh? That's so weird. Oh, he was the NPC from last year. He was the one I voted for. And there's Bert. He was the other one. Yeah. He probably had the best advice, if I remember correctly. Well, that's all there is to it. Well, since we're in Gridania, I should finish my Conjurer's quest, and then we will return to Minfilia in the Waking Sands. I don't want mail. You're not a teleport. Brother Esumiyan would have you investigate the creeping corruption which threatens the 12's Wood. Ah, Akali, your presence here is most welcome. I have another task which your maturing skills are well suited. Attend me closely. Expansive wounds that ooze corruption have formed throughout the forest. After examining the traces of the sizable disturbance you previously cleansed, I can only conclude that this phenomenon is the work of a Malgan agent. It must be found swiftly, lest the corruption spread, and I would have you insist on the investigation. Guildmaster, you must let me help. Sylphie? Since I got back from South Shroud, I have spent all my time studying the forces of nature. I even sat through one of Hero Noel's lectures. The 12's Wood is crying out in pain. My skills are still a bit lacking in some areas, but I want to do what I can for the forest. Lacking? Sylphie, you have yet to master a single offensive spell. Without the means to defend yourself, it would be far too dangerous to send you off into the forest alone. So I am to stay here, then? Not necessarily. Akali, with your consent, I would have Sylphie accompany you once more. I do not propose this arrangement solely with her safety in mind, given the nature, of the investigation. It is likely that Sylphie's innate talent for hearing will prove as useful to you as your conjuring will to her. There is much you might accomplish together. Sylvie, you are not to approach any sources of corruption without Akali at your side. Do I make myself clear? And should you chance to encounter the origin of these disturbances, do not initiate a confrontation. Too often you allow your curiosity to overwhelm your good sense. Now go, and may the elementals watch over you. Yes, Guildmaster. Something tells me we should start at Quarry Mill in the South Shroud. Meet me there as soon as you can, Akali, and hurry. The corruption is spreading. I have to put my bad clothes back on. I took them off for... No, stop. I took them off for Valentine's Day, but now they must come back on. South Shroud. With my red pants, and my blue coat, and my purple sleeves, and my lack of bunny ears. There's the tainted soil, Akali. Please do what you can. That was brilliant, Akali, but it was only the start. The forest still groans in pain. I can hear it. I think it's coming from the north. No, the northeast. Let's go and have a look. More corrupted soil. Over to you. Oh, I hope these guys don't start problems. You're doing really well, Akali, but I think there's another one, and well, it calls to me even more fervently than the last. It's to the east, I think. Yes, to the east. Right there, Akali. The corruption is everywhere. Nice work. The earth here feels cleared, healed, and yet another disturbance, and it's big, really big. It's hard to describe, but it feels sort of wrong. I think that might be what's calling all of this. I know Brother Asumi said we weren't to confront it, but we just can't let it corrupt the rest of the forest. And however powerful it is, it can't be any more powerful than you. You're amazing. What I mean to say is I'm willing to risk a scolding if you are. It's not far from here, somewhere to the southeast, I think. Shall we at least have a closer look? I don't think you need to be able to hear the voices of the forest to notice that, do you, Akali? The corruption is definitely coming from somewhere around here. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, that sense of wrongness I suddenly felt less, well, it just felt less. It's almost as if it's holding its breath, or hiding. Do you see that? Just in that one spot, the air seems wrong. Isn't it amazing, Akali? Did the breeze always feel this good? Was the ground always this warm? I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. Oh, you're injured. Here. Don't worry. Healing doesn't drain me anymore. Not since I learned how to borrow from nature. And I have you to thank for that, Akali. Let us return to the guild. We have to explain everything to Brother Izumi. Welcome back, Akali, Sylphie. Our mission was a success, Guildmaster. Quite. I take it the two of you conspired to defy my orders? Well, the forest was suffering. We could just walk away. It's not Akali's fault, it's mine. It was all my idea, and I take full responsibility. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing I did not foresee. I am of no mind to lecture you. Indeed, Gridania is indebted to you for your heroic deeds. The corruption born of Akuman had taken root in the calamity's weakened soil. There is no telling how much further it might have spread if you had not defeated the creature. And if I'm not mistaken, Sylphie, you succeeded in drawing upon the energies of nature during battle. How did you? Yes, I did. I'm not really sure how it happened. I remember thinking how badly I wanted to help Akali, and then I suddenly felt the power surging through me. Then that is as it should be. One does not simply choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only which the heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you opened your heart to nature, and nature responded to your need. But we must not forget your part in this, Akali. It's clear to me that your journey with Sylphie has brought you still closer to the pinnacle of our art. I believe you are ready for the last of my teachings, thus that it was great pleasure that I can pass on another of our guild's magic. A more potent form of the cure spell is now yours to command. I have no doubt that it will serve you well in your continuing endeavors. Wheresoever you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Oh boy. Sumiyan has a task for a skilled adventurer. Akali, I am glad you have come. I have a task of most urgent and confidential nature, and I can think of none other of whom I can entrust it. You are doubtless familiar with the Seed Seers, yes? Kane-sana, Elder Seed Seer, Order of the Twin Adder, and Guardian of our fair nation, clearly needs no introductions. But know you also of her siblings? The two young Pagis, sister Ryo Senna and brother Ruin Senna, make for Evershade as we speak, where they will perform a ritual of great import. Verily such import that it would be no overstatement to say that the very fate of Gridania hangs in the balance. As you well know, we dwell in this forest by the good graces of the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood, and most of all the great one who dwells within the guardian tree. Yet our ceaseless warring and ill treatment of the trees and that shelter us have aroused the great one's ire, and it is only by the quieting, the ritual of which I spoke, that he may be placed sated. Thus did the two Seed Seers set out for Evershade, without a nary guard to accompany them. Therein lies the rub, and the nature of the very favor I ask of you. By no means would I question the power of two Seed Seers, but with the Great One's anger mounting, the Twelveswood becomes a threatening domain for even the most puissant of conjurers. Pray hasten to Evershade, and see that no harm befalls the two. Nope, not that one. Oh, I did not need to go up here. Well. It is what it is. was cute for a duty? It was so bizarre. I'd never seen that before. Curses! How can we hope to make it to the Guardian Tree with these ghastly creatures bursting forth like rampant weeds? If I had known what we were in for, I would have brought along a wood whaler. Or if I had known what we'd be in for, I would have brought along a wood whaler or two. In fact, I dare say we should return and do exactly that. Oh, do not be such a coward, sister. We are seed seers. These overgrown vermin are no match for us. Bold words, brother. But were they true words, we would have dispatched our enemies and arrived safely at our destination bells ago. A conjurer, are you? Brother Asumi, ever the warrior. For once, however, his solicitude is most welcome. Might you help us dispose of these fell creatures? Have you no pride, sister? A seer does not beg for aid of some common adventurer. Enough, brother. We have a duty to perform, a duty that takes precedence over your silly notions of pride. Now enough talk. Let us see to these pests. Nothing I can do about that. Stones. That crystal! Do my eyes deceive me, or does this adventure inherit the legacy of Etoa Kant? It was none other than Etoa himself who last performed the quieting. No, I do not believe this adventure's arrival is mere coincidence. Bearer of a soul crystal, inheritor of arcane knowledge long since forbidden to those not of our kind, I know not why it is you he chose, but I believe our great forefather has led you to us this day. Ancient tradition dictates that the quieting be performed by 3 Pagis, but I misspeak. The ritual is to be performed by 3 white mages. If Master Etoa truly has chosen this adventurer as his successor, You speak madness, sister. Surely you have not forgotten that the Pagi tradition strictly forbids sharing the teachings with those not of our kind. The power of white magic is far too great to risk falling into the wrong hands. And so you would uphold tradition merely for tradition's sake, even at the risk of incurring the Great One's wrath and bringing disaster upon our forest home? Have you so little faith in your own abilities, sisters? We are seed seers, more than capable of slaying any beasts in our way and carrying out the ritual on our own. This petty bickering will get us nowhere. Adventurer, I am sorry to trouble you with our silly sibling quabblings. If you're with the time, I would speak with you further, but not here. Come to Camp Tranquil, and come quickly. Time is of the essence. Have Camp Tranquil, but I have Quarry Mill, which is just as good. But the road is a touch treacherous. I need to grab this quest from her. It's not very exciting. Okay. I'll just finish that another day. No, she's over. Oh, I might have I might have jumped right past her. Oh no, I didn't. Why, I've served Raya O since she was a little girl no bigger than me, Kupo. She has matured much since the calamity. Her brother, Aaron, on the other hand... When she was a child, Raya O had quite a temper. She was a sweet little girl now, but Moogle does not easily forget. Even now, the sound of her voice makes my fur stand up on end, Kupo. Thank you for coming, adventurer. Forgive my brother's rudeness. He cannot help that he was born with the head of solid stone. Anyways, I do not believe we have been properly introduced. I am Rhea Osena, a Ipagi, as you can see, and sister of the Elder Seed Seer. You are Akali, yes? Brother Asumi has spoken of you, and most highly at that. As you have no doubt heard, my brother Arun and I were en route to the Guardian Tree. There, the Great One, by whose graces we dwell here, resides. The gentlest of guardians when at peace, a destructive force when knows no bounds when angered. As the Great One goes, so goes our fate. The creatures you helped us dispatch, doubtless they too will rise to hostility by the Great One in his anger. You need only look around you to see. The forest grows more and more threatening with each passing hour, so it is that we traveled here to quell the Great One's fury, to perform the quieting. In days of old, the ritual was, without fail, performed by 3 white mages. With our elder sister occupied with her many duties, my brother and I thought to attempt it on our own. Irun was quite confident, but I had my doubts. It was then that you arrived, and shortly thereafter became one of the chosen few to be gifted with a white mage's soul crystal. 'Tis no small honor. That gem marks you as an inheritor of the magic of our ancestors. My brother's pride may blind him, but the signs are clear to me. You are not Pagi, but a Toa Cat meant for you to be here today to perform the ritual with us. Etoa is known to all as one of the greatest mages in our history, but even more so, he was known for being something of an eccentric. In defiance of tradition, he bid farewell to his forest home, wandering the realm and healing the wounds of the land and its people wherever he went. A most admirable cause, yes? But alas, Etoa was never to return. He perished in a far-off land, and having taken no apprentices, his legacy powers were lost to us for an eternity. Or so I believed until I met you. And yet, for all his stubbornness, there is some truth to my brother's words. Ancient laws forbid us from sharing the teachings of white magic outside of our own kind. There are reasons for this, which I will share with you when the time is right. There are many who would not approve of this arrangement. Still, I am convinced that it is Etoa's will that we bring you into the fold, and so I welcome you, Akali of the White. I can feel the Great One's fury welling up even now. Time is short, and yet, while you may have been chosen by Etoa, I fear your journey as a white mage has just begun. Return to me when you have further honed your skills, and we shall proceed with your training. The arcane knowledge of Etoa awakens within you. Yeah. So pop this little sucker inside. Sonic gear. Everything's good there. Now we can finally get on with the main story. Tickets. Oh, it was so foggy I did not recognize where it was. Where has this ticket taken me? Good day, Akali. I trust your investigation is faring well. I also think everyone still has the same things to be said. If Thancred's still moping there, yeah, it's all the same. Welcome back, Akali. I am reliably informed that the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Habrea? Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say, precisely the kind of deception the Asians would employ. While many of the ills and ail of the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are brought about by a malignant will. We must needs delve deeper into this while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Mephilia a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, my lady. Ahem. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. Oh crap. My bars got all finangled because I switched. Oh, this is a nightmare actually. I need to fix this quickly. Don't need this, or this, or this, or this. Why did you do this to me, Final Fantasy? Oh, presence of mind. Yes. Okay, actually. I need to fix these. I think that's much better. Here in a more accessible place. There, and now my enemy list should stop getting in the way of things. Or God, I can only hope. It's becoming a bit of a nightmare. Okay. I think we're good. This stuff is still bad. I'm gonna put you right here for now. I need you to go over here. I need you to go over here. Doot. Doot. Wait. 1, and usually 4, 2. My limit break button may have never been on my bar. Anyway, that's not what I wanted. General, limit break. I think we're good. Oh no, this needs... Okay. Lock these bad boys up. And now we can play the game. Hello! Happy Valentine's Day! I hope you are well. Let me give you cause of love. Manphilia has led you for has another lead for you to pursue. Hell yeah. I wish I could take a nap. I am very sleepy, but it's my own fault. While you were tending to business in Thanalan, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends, the Sylphs. An individual fitting La Habrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. Aw, you still got that calculus homework to do? That's sad. The sighting comes at the wake of the series of mysterious deaths in the selfsame area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. That's a big oof. I hope you get through it. Yeah. Good luck, good luck. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up La Habrea's trail once more. Nuxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Akali. Enjoy your lurk. Are you all saying the same stuff? Yeah. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One? Then heed this one's words. This one is friends with a Walking One in the Ash-Crowned Consortium. According to Friendly One, a Digging One named Medrod had an encounter with a scary Masked One. The Masked One is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One Medroid. Digging One is to be found at Falgard Float in North Shroud. Okay. I think Redania is the best way. North Shroud. No. North Shroud. Yeah, what entrance is that? Conjurer's Guild. Oh, things to kill. Why? is still throwing rocks at me. It's so rude. You're level 9. It's not serious. This way. But please leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. This man is traumatized, so emote at him. You're right, it's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but it hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just an ordinary day. I was heading back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man, garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman! One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away the masked man was the minion of Thal, come to claim her soul from his realm. What? You're investigating this same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure we won't have to suffer Medrod's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork, that's what I wanted to wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay her for comforting me. Adine has a proposal to make concerning your investigation. So here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. To shreds, you say? Among the local fauna, only the skeleton known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. Among the local fauna... Oh. I somehow doubt that the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures, and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths? To shreds, you say? think that should be all of them. Yeah. Oh, what am I doing? I saw the rock and it just looked like a moth to a flame. You've already seen to this is? Good work, adventure. So were you able to find aught to suggest the creatures are our culprits? Nothing. Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike this from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. And Dean has further knowledge of the mysterious deaths. There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maids. Better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there is a rumor going around. There's some as whisper that each victim died. Her rancor went to the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire stand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments, and I'll give them a gander. If Elseroth has some information to share regarding your investigation. There is something you should know. I have been keeping this to myself lest I worsen Medred's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say if it was a coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely at the same time as Medrad's. I was heading home day after digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at that rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. That's the Chocobo theme. I'm so used to hearing it that I've turned the music off. It's baffling. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 malms of the Rock of Rancor. Ah, it has a name. But what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. Monstrous Baramite appeared, and you slew it? The creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Falgord. Intentional or no, you've done us a great service, and you have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Medred is troubled by a dearth of new developments in the murder investigation. There's been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me? I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Baramite. But you and I were malms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventure friend here has had a run-in with a Baramite at the very spot you claim to see that fiendish eyeball. Isn't it right? There must be an explanation. I know. I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, be serious, but listen. Mayhaps it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. Gods, of course. There must be more than one of the buggers. Oh, it's so obvious. But then that means, since there's been repeated sightings of these fiends, there must be even more victims yet as undiscovered. Hmm? I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to an expert. Yeah, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. Well, I burn to know the truth, but some things are best left to the unknown. Lest you have forgotten, it was a rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. Serpents should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. It's raining. Ooh, baby, it's raining. These guys are doing squats in the rain. Hey, my foot still was in that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I take the body and I put it in my pocket. Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? Godspeed good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the Central Shroud, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women, all found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them, so as to notify their next of... This button engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil. Or that of an organization, perhaps? This button... Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Athalamir wants you to hold on to the button. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may want to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mayone. Mayhaps someone in her vast network of contacts can shed some light upon its sigil. I can and will do that. Good evening to you, Akali. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite, artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you find this? Oh, on a dead body! Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than the beginning with Bernadette over at the Aetherette Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil out of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Senguan over at the Lancers Guild. The woman takes a point in knowing all of the citizens on a four-name basis. Bernadette believes that I can help you? Well, that's a rather bold assumption to make. I will try and assist, never you fear. But whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of an ordinary Gridanian. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late there has been a man who is perpetually seated by a bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Osandal, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon his breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. The sigil of Dankaras. The Dentakas family. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman. Her face, was it marred in any way? I feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. Irisundel has a confession to make regarding the mysterious murders. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Redania, the Dentkars. During that time I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Emmeline, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death, may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were moved, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers, and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her to regain what she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. The rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew more bolder and grotesque as time went on. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed, and then proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bode, obedient servant that I was. But when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hokage Manor, my home for nigh over half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Anamend had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience, until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hokage Manor, on the western edge of Central Shroud. Go now. Go and do what must be done. Oh, I should do this while I'm here. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to go through it quickly. Yes. Chocobo. There he is, Bean Burrito. Now he can fight with me. Actually, I already have cool armor for you. I'm gonna put it on. Behemoth armor. Alright, I'm all geared up. So let's just do it. Let's just do the manor. Was it a DPS? I bet it was. Come on, DPS. Oh, that's so good. I wish this monk wasn't pulling. This is my greatest desire. It just makes everything so much harder than it has to be. Oh, granted, the tank doesn't have any interest in leading, it seems. So we're at an impasse. Monk doesn't have one of their stances on, though. Monks have stances. They have fire, they have wind, and they have, fire, wind, earth. And you get one right away, and they don't have any of them on, so this is all a giant amount of beans. Pretty sure I can't clean. Yeah, see, there they are. They just put it on. Fists of Earth. Yeah, if they're gonna pull, at least have that on. Oh my manor butter. She's about to make this pull impossible. Pull them back. Oh my god. Well, I'm not going to heal for some problems. Gracious. There's no monsters in there. So I'm moving on with my life. Oh boy. Don't pull the boss. Come on. Oh, I feel bad for this paladin. Just trying their best. super baby. They're actually insanely undergeared, which I could tell by healing them. Yeah. This tank is new. I'll let them have this shield. Don't do stuff like this. There's going to be 1,000 cases of people not going at the pace you want. But don't do stuff like this and make their job even harder that they're trying to learn. I should say something, but I feel like I don't know. It's not an impossible situation. I actually am gonna say something. Yeah, they're very new, but they're doing their best. Not if I let them die, though. But, like, they're not doing a bad job, like, as tank being what goes. They're a little squishy. They need some gear. But they're putting on their cooldowns and stuff. And it's getting the knack of, like, pulling stuff. It takes some finesse. Because you gotta... They should throw their shield and then run up and do the swingy things, but they're doing the best they can. If someone's, especially in this dungeon, if someone's pulling ahead of you, and yeah, they clearly don't know where to go and aren't taking the lead. There you go. And that's fine, but you still gotta let them pull first and give them a chance to do their job. It makes their job easier, and it makes my job easier. It wasn't going bad, but that sort of behavior we can't let happen. If they don't learn how to do it in the easy dungeons, they're in for a rough time later down the road. Oh, there you go. You did that super good. Gotta keep a close eye on him. But there's nothing in there. Oh, was there something in there? Why was there never any caster stuff in here for me? There he goes. Oh. He's doing his best. It's also, it's tough to give advice to people in certain situations. Not everybody, takes helpful tips super well. Like the summoner should be using, Garuda in mob pools. Especially because they lack any good, AoE stuff. But that's such a, it's like, whatever. This dungeon is easy. Do you want to go in there? You don't have to. Alright. I'm gonna mark the bosses. Mark 1 and 2. Oh boy, this poor paladin. He's got it though. Oh shit, my dude. Oh, we're both from the A tribe. I didn't even realize it. Hello, hello. Welcome to the waking world. Finally. Oh, is this not better than what I'm currently wearing? Oh no, it is. I'm gonna need on it. Give me that. Sometime this fall. Yep, this fall. You can do it. Sorry. No. I was just trying to encourage them to go. I was just doing my Valentine's Day quest in this game. Oof. This poor tank did their best. Oh, the music. How did I win? I got the manor shoes. Well, we're doing our best with our outfit here. I didn't mean to bow to everyone, but... Oh man, I would love some cheesecake. Do I? Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the unlikeliest of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. I don't know anything. I don't know how to pick up anybody. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Hydaelyn chose well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take up measure of your strength, for Master La Habrea. The task now accomplished, we take leave of you. Chocolate cheesecake is the best, though. It is incredibly good. Fare you well, bringer of light. No! I'm sorry. You hated me because I spoke the truth. I am gonna say that. I think Chicago pizza is the best. Deep dish is superior. Damn. That's not true. I've had some of the best cheesecake in New York. Gosh, I can't remember what it's called, but there was like an incredibly amazing cheesecake restaurant. The regular food there was really good too, but this is true. Yeah, it was in like the main city. Gosh, I wish I could remember what it was called. I wonder if I can look it up really fast. Cause it's like it's super famous. Hold on. New York cheesecake. New York City. I wonder if it was Junior's. It was. It was Junior's Restaurant and Bakery. It was so good. I felt like I was losing my mind. Junior's, yeah. I took my friend to go see, this was several years ago, I took a friend to go see Hamilton on Broadway, and so we flew to New York, and and we went, Junior's was the first place we ate. Oh! Thank you so much. Yeah. I loved Junior's. I'm sad that there isn't a Junior's where I live because it was so amazing. Thank you. Oh, hell yes. Yeah, it was like hands down the best cheesecake I ever had. And it was so funny because we had just flown in and we were trying to decide where to eat, and the people I was with really wanted they really wanted to go to TGI Fridays. And I was like, we can have TGI Fridays literally anywhere. So I was like, I was yelping as fast as humanly possible. And I'm like, Junior's is right here. And it says Junior's is amazing. So let's go eat at Junior's. And I'm so glad we did because it was like amazing food. I think I had like the French onion soup, and it was so amazing. And then we ate cheesecake because the waiter was like, you have to eat the cheesecake. It's like, this is what we're known for. And so we stayed for dessert. Oh, it was so good. It's amazing. I also ate somewhere else because we were only there for like 2 days tops. It was an amazing little cafe that I was recommended, and I would have to super dig deep. Q might remember it off the top of her head. New York City. Cafe Lalo. Yeah. That's the one. The food there was so, yeah, the food there was so good, and they made me the most magnificent hot chocolate I'd ever seen in my life. It had like a roasted marshmallow in it or something. It was absolutely it was absolutely elegant. It was amazing. And I ate some like breakfast sandwich, I think there. Oh, I think about it all the time. We have like this little matchbook that came with our meal, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, Cafe Lalo. You have returned. What sights await you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. So she went so far as to consort with devils? Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. Oh yeah, I've heard of Hunter College. I know not whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that you are some of the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence I allowed I know not how many innocent young women to die unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore, though misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am an arbiter of a gross crime, and I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy upon my soul. It was January when we went, but it was like a really warm January weekend. So, I went through Central Park and we got to see like all the statues and stuff because I'd never been. That was my very first time in New York. But Central Park was it was so lovely. No, it was a super warm January. I didn't have a coat or anything, and I think I didn't end up. I just had like a sweater because it was so warm. And then the following weekend, it was a huge blizzard in New York. So weather is weird like that. No, I didn't see. We didn't get to do a lot because we showed up Friday night and left Sunday morning. Because we were only there to see Hamilton Saturday night. So we were only able to do things like Saturday morning, afternoon. So Q and I went to Central Park and looked at all the statues and pet some horses, and then we went to Cafe Lello. So yeah, we didn't actually get to do a whole lot of stuff. I think we went to like the big Disney store on like the main city street, but like that we didn't get to do a whole lot. No, there was so much I wanted to do, and my time was so finite. Like I used to work at the Lego store, so I have no desire to go into another Lego store. I used to work at the one in the Midwest. Yeah, so we didn't get to see a whole lot, but it's one of my dreams to go back one day. Welcome back, Akali. Full glad am I to see you safely return. Tell me, how fared you on your sojourn to the Twelveswood? Two of La Habrea's minions, and they sought to measure your strength by their own admission? The devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt, then. The Assassins have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that we Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the three nations of the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Assassins might exploit. We have an honorous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. Easy. Maybe one day. It's definitely on my list of things to do. There is so much in New York that I have not gotten a chance to see. So I've been to a lot of places, so it's interesting that New York has escaped my grasp in my adventuring. Minfilia is waiting to brief you and your fellow Scions on a new development.
The Maelstrom requests our assistance.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlwyb hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The Echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
So you will accept? Thank you.
We can't very well send her to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola. Can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory. You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies, tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Thank you for agreeing to handle Titan and the kobolds. As Y'shtola mentioned, this mission will be fraught with dangers, so we will want to spare no preparation. I shall look forward to your triumphant return as soon as all your comrades go with the blessing of the crystal. No matter one's transgressions, all who have seen the dream are welcome, even men such as we. I have heard offers such as these before, all were not more than bait for the hangman's noose. Looks like the antecedents found herself a good crop of aspiring heroes. I reckon Elzorzia will be alright as long as there's fine folk around to protect her. This one finally figured out a way to make the walking ones be quiet. What does this friendly one think? This one is very convincing, yes? I think it was JFK. I'm like 99% sure. Oh. Ida is on her way to Gridania to request aid of the Order of the Twin Adder. In the meantime, we must learn all we can of the Primal Titan. Literature may yield us odd morsel of useful information, but there is no surer way than to seek the former members of the Company of Heroes. Working at an airport is rough. I used to work at O'Hare. With this many people here, we need a culinarian of our own work. We can subsist on rations and preserved foodstuffs forever. The Waking Sands sure is busy these days. Fresh-faced adventurers eager to make their mark. Famous folk like you running off to face the bleeding Lord of Crags. Maybe it's time for me and the boys to retire. Venturing's a dangerous calling after all. Be a little slow, be a little late just once, and that's that. You'll not believe it. I've been summoned by Lady Minfilia. Do you suppose that she has an assignment for me? What I would not give to have something to fight for again, and yet I must not be overeager. Congratulate the boy, Akali, chosen by the antecedent as the Sylph's bodyguard. What an honor! Of course, this means those dusty rags will no longer suffice. I say we get a boy a shiny new suit of silver armor, the kind the Sultan's would wear. We'll split the cost evenly and surprise him. Not bad, eh? Guarding Neuraxia is a prestigious duty indeed. Evanwald is right to be excited. But he never crossed swords with a Garlean before. I worry what will happen if he is forced to confront his father's countrymen. Akali, have you heard? I've been chosen to serve as Neuraxia's bodyguard. There have been increasing reports of Imperial activity in Thanalan, and so the antecedent insists that our guests be escorted wherever we're venturing outside. I know how hard you of all people work to endear us to the Sylphs. I swear to you that I will guard our honored guests with my life, and not allow your efforts to come to naught. Where is Noxia? Hell yes. I think I will do that after stream. Hot cocoa sounds so delicious right now, and I am freezing my ears off. It's so cold in my house. If there's anything we can do to help, no matter how small, just ask. Broken carriage axle, cracked barrel, hell's even a leaky bucket. Say the word and we'll fix it. I don't want to believe that Master Garland is dead, but the chief weren't the type to cut and run off. He would have gone to Cardno. He would have been there when Dalaman fell, which means... I am told you are one of the finest, Akali. I suspect we will see much more of each other in the future. As the primals fall, so do our spirits soar. Though mine aid be but modest, I am nonetheless heartened in my duties. Is she outside then? Ironwald, where's the sylph? Is she with Minfilia? I'm just curious where she is. I need better curtains to keep the cold out and the heat in. That's the #1 source of my misery. Oh wait, I can do this for way cheaper. Curtains. So I have really thin curtains, but if you have thicker curtains... Yeah, it's freezing. I know. I need to get like these really special curtains that'll help a lot. Q got me a heated blanket a couple months ago, and it's changed my life. I'm so toasty. Like a little burrito. Yeah. So I have the heated blanket, and then I have my big comforter on top of that, and I am toasty and warm forever. I hear those are really good. I don't have one though. Yeah, I hear they're really good. I know it's one of those things I want to try first to see if I like it. You'll have to tell me how it goes. Where am I going? And why am I going there? Well, I've already winged it, so I'll just take the lift. Yeah, I realized. I will wait for your update. I'm counting on you for that weighted blanket update. Hail, adventurer, and welcome to Maelstrom Command. If you wish to know more about enlisting, speak with our personnel officer. Unless you're the guest we were told to expect? Ah, ha, ahem. Forgive me, madam. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Ogomoro. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals, fodder for their fell primal. Oh, that was Mailroad. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Word has spread of your accomplishments, Akali. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa, I thank you for heeding our call. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Akali personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and the kobolds plagued our people, nor is this the first time we have had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was the company of heroes we turned, but they have long disbanded, and we must look for other brave souls blessed with the strength to fight this foe. So it is that we turn to you, Scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are right. Yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the Thalacrasi make a pact with the beastmen that would each keep their own lands and then no blood would be shed? And was it not the Lominsans who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you to choose your words with greater care, Lady Y'shtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it, yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath, or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa Lominsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already, we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. Can I count on your help, Akali? You have my thanks. Along with the full support of the Maelstrom, I await good tidings. That the kobold should summon Titan that the kobold should summon Titan demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it would be wise to learn all we can of our foe, and I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The company of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet Mill in Lower Lanosia. Oh. Quite. Why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you can ask him for me. I meanwhile shall seek his fellows. Oh no. Oh no. I have to walk. Oh, there's no rock here. That is unfortunate. The Company of Heroes is the most celebrated mercenary band in the history of Eorzea. Even so, I must admit, I have never before met one of their members face to face. I imagined that a warrior who had toppled both Titan and Leviathan would seek to bask in a lifetime of fame and glory, yet he seems to have settled in a place distinctly bereft of adoring crowds. Lay down your burdens, son, come drain a pint with me. We'll have a grand old time, find a lass of 3. You gonna say something, Venture, or just keep staring? Eh? You want to know about the Company of Heroes? Yes. Ah, hells. Prince of bleeding fame, can't a miller mill in peace no more? Still, seeing as ye come all this way, I suppose it won't hurt to oblige ye. Consider yourself lucky, lass. Old Tatcharum was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Tatchtoem is eager to regale you with stories of his glory days. So you want to hear the tale of the Company of Heroes bested a primal, do ye? Let me guess. You mean that bastard Tidus, aye? Oh, if only you'd been there to see it. 'Twas a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights, we did. The ground trembled with every step Titus took, and when he hit E-Girl, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh, just like that. Oi, what's that look for? I'm a goddamn hero, I'll have you know. The people around here singing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. Aw. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling so charitable. If you're so damn desperate, then why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that made a nest by the windmill just south of here? Aye, do that, and then we'll talk. You slacked. No, you're fine. Rats. Filthy rats. Oh no. Aw. My condolences. Eh? So the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, Venture. Save me the hassle, never mind. Taciturn appears to be ignoring you. What? You still ask about how we beat Titus? I don't know, Venture. It was a pretty risky strategy, and kind only a veteran of 10 score battles could rely upon. I want to teach you, I truly do, but unless you prove you have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you need to be capable of slaying, say, Gobu. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste for the flour mills here, so you ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't you try ahead and due west and stand and looking out, cause case a Gooboo comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling you more about old Titus. So, 5 years ago in Eorzea. No. So 5 years ago, a primal was summoned named Titan. And a group of heroes took it down. Titan has been resummoned 5 years later, and I am looking for the heroes that slayed Titan beforehand so that they can tell me how to defeat Titan. This man in over here claims that he has beaten Titan, or he was part of that group, Company of Heroes, but he keeps calling Titan Titus because he's a liar. And he's not a hero at all, so he's like using us because he doesn't even know the name of the name of the primal. Eh? You again? Then that Gooboo that was harassing the Millers is dead? Didn't think you had it in you, Venture. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. I'm still not sure I should tell you our secrets. Ah ha 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 ha! Chateau remains unconvinced of your readiness to defeat the dead primals. As I was saying, I still don't know if you got it in you to face Titus. Maybe if you slew a, Tatchatoem, you in here drinking again? If you are, that Goobo had better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You have my word of that. Cleave the beast's skull in two with me trusty axe, I did. Is that a fact? And what will your friends here say if I ask her? She'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it Tatchatoem who slew the Gabu, or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Tatchatoem, the finest axeman ever to serve in the company of heroes, the legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drunk-sodded dream? The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Well, Titus was what me and me lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of Sahagin shite I have ever heard. Both of you outside. We'll learn the truth the Lominson way. Tetroem, if you didn't slay that Gobu, you may consider your contract revoked. Sir, I'm a white mage. Oh, man, I love Dissidia. Alright, I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes, but I'm begging you, Chief, please don't dismiss me. I learned my lesson, honest I have. Save your blubbering, Tatchatoem. Gods, I should have known. Mercy, please, I didn't want to deceive you. I swear it's just that I kept getting turned away by all the folks I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was in Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled martyr everyone treated like royalty. When I heard he was captain of the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but he wanted to and believed me, so I, Look, his name is Weskahat, alright? Weskahat. I'll tell you how to defeat Titus, or whatever the hell's that thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So come on then, tell the chief to forgive me, it's only fair. I do. I want to give this man the chop so bad. A Casa chop should be an emote. I will add it to the list. Yes, I have a fat chocobo. There he is. He's very good. I also have, speaking of Final Fantasy X, I got Yuna and Riku and Lulu. Dance! Don't just stare at me, dance! She's just gonna stand there, I guess. Well, if she's not gonna dance, I'll bring Fran back out. There's some of them. They recently, so they do the big, they do the big conventions. So 2 years ago was 2 years ago was the Final Fantasy X characters. I love Fran so much. So we had Lulu, Riku, and Yuna. And then last year was Final Fantasy VII, so we got Aerith, Tifa, and Cloud. And then this year it's Final Fantasy IV, so it's Rosa, Edge, and oh shoot, what's the little green-haired girl's name? Rhea? Ryda, yeah. And we already have I think there's already a Cecil and there's a Kain minion, so. Oh man, you're gonna be so excited. The newest expansion, Edgewalker, is very Final Fantasy IV themed. It's heavy implications to Final Fantasy IV with the moon and the twins. You've got time! Pardon? You wish to slay the Lord of the Craigs? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa Lominsa are depending upon us. I'm not sure, because there are some bosses from previous Final Fantasies. So we've gotten the Cloud of Darkness, we've gotten X-Death, and we've gotten Kefka. You still have plenty of time. Fancy yourselves heroes, just like the tales? Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. She is blessed with the power that protects her from primal influence. Thus was she able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks you have taken, every possible precaution. We full know... Oh my goodness. I'm getting all tongue-tied. We know full well the risks, and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true that the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was brought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that, and you deserve better than the greeting I gave you, but I will not send you into Ogoromo on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gagaru's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... Ye gods, men! Have you heard nothing I have said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you are welcome to find your own way into Ogoromoro. Though it pains me to admit, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to this man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use this time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa Lomensa hangs in the balance. You definitely have time, and even if, you don't ever get a chance, I'll be playing it when it launches, so we can... It's not quite the same, I know, as playing it yourself, but you can at least experience it as you are experiencing this now. Oh no! Yeah! I'm gonna fall off again. Wescat would first like to verify that you are not a complete fraud. Master Gagaju's requests can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true test, I would like to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. A Nyx has recently been prowling the beach. As you can imagine, my master does not want large, slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with some herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Well, did you deal with the Nyx? Unless Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befits your talents. Whisket has an important mission for you. 2 highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Genjaru wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Genjaru desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so, Akali, your mission is to seek out and obtain rare ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine, and by suitable I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landerel at Camp Tranquil. What? Do you mean to tell me you can't afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete the mission, how do you expect me to believe that you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Oh my god. I didn't get... Stop teleporting. I didn't get that rock while I was there. What doing my white mage does. Oh, I was so excited that I could just teleport right there. I absolutely played myself. Ugh. I can't believe I didn't get it. I was right there. God, I can't believe I got this. Yes. Oh my gosh. It could take you forever to get around some of this world. Such a trooper. Do you require assistance, adventurer? So this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Akali. The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant adamantoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? Huh, you amuse me. I will not jeopardize my petition by only assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is of your choice. Oh no. It's because you walked everywhere. Oh, that's rough. Let me be clear. This is business between you and me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest, traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them. It was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot, Detto here being the rare exception. I have had to go to great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So, understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entails and hang you from the nearest heaven's pillar. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good egg in a nest to the east of here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Akali. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in the swamp. Golly. I'm gonna touch this rock. Oh, I haven't grabbed my egg. I thought you might have the good sense to leave this place, but you continued presence. I take it you intend to preserve to the bitter end. Aha! Such bravery, such recklessness. That will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me. I'll see it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalan. In Forgotten Springs, you will find a man named Undan Nua. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Akali. Oh no. Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh no, there's nobody there. No, you can. I created the Discord. It is completely up to you. There's nobody there right now because I just crafted it. I put it together after affiliate happened, so. You can do whatever you're more comfortable with. You're just gonna get pinged a lot for streams. It may be busy one day, but not today. Yeah, it is completely up to you. No hard feelings if you like leave. Yeah. Welcome to the Sunken Temple of Karn, or what remains of it at least, used by ancient Baladethians as a place to worship the sun goddess Azima, which much about this temple as history remains shrouded in mystery. While we have sent a research team into the depths, I regret to say the investigation proceeds at snail's pace, that is, when it proceeds at all. It would seem that the Baladethians have rigged the temple with all manner of devices, traps, and snares to deter temple robbers, no doubt. We have recruited adventurers to assist in disarming the traps, but be forewarned, many who have entered have yet to return. Should you wish to brave the depths, we would welcome your aid. Okay, we're gonna do this really fast. Ow. What level is this? $35. Crap. I don't have my weight mage 35 quest. But I think that's okay. 28, 24, 26, 28, 24, 20. Ooh. It should be fine. I think 35 is just regen anyway. Oh, they're all so tall. Exceptionally undergeared for this dungeon. I may have made a regrettable choice. Should be fine. Maybe. No worries. Good luck. this boss does is he puts doom on you, and the only way to get the doom off of you is to stand on the colored panels. Only the panels that are glowing, though. Damn, I really need some gear. Video game. don't know how that man died. I have no more MP. Oh shit, I was apparently in that. I thought I was... You know what? It doesn't matter. I didn't look again. Oh, somebody ruined it. I really needed to stop in there, you monsters. going to things about doing your class quests. It's tough. I think I could have had... Wow. Well, I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm gonna back myself up a bit and open these doors. Since we missed out on the very last room's loot because they didn't open the doors correctly, I should still be able to use these. But I don't know what's in these anymore since they changed the loot around. Stone pedestal. Crap, how do I know which one goes in what? Oh, because it's got a little fire symbol on it. Well, fire one's gone. Fruit. Hey. Hey, shoes for me. Oh, and it did drop my weapon. Oh, I'm a mess. I need jewelry more than anything, actually. So that's a gem. Ugh. 20 water shards. And that's my first water shards of any kind. Basically. And this one is the helm. Lightning shards. Alright, so the top two seem to have the good stuff, but I can't get into the last room. Or I could. But I think it trips monsters. If the door still opens, it'll be fine. Otherwise, I die. Open, open, open. Alright, well, I'll just see my way. Ah! Oh no, they're definitely on me. Well, that's... without it taking a very long time. That's okay. I wish the door had opened. It would have made it all worthwhile. But anyway, we're done here. I'm so sad. So what you do, really quickly, is you picked up all of like the rocks, and then at the very beginning there's a shrine just like this, but it has already carved in it a fire and a berry. So you go and collect the 4 stones, and then you put fire, and then you put berry, and then you hit the center, and it opens this door right here. But if you do it wrong, you summon monsters instead. At least I got shoes. Ugly, ugly shoes. Oh, I got comm. I got 1 comm. How many commendations does this mean? 10? 20? 10? Good job, me. Alright. We will go to the springs, and then we will be done here. Because we are out of time. Uh-oh. I've gone about this a certain way. I'm gonna take the shortcut, which is... I should have gone closer towards Alamigo, but that works out. So go down this little windy bit. And if you come straight from Alamigo, then it's just like it's straight south, as you can see. Take this little windy bit. Through this cave. Oh, there's one of the 12 in here, I think. But I can't remember, because there's definitely not a statue of all the 12. There's a loon. Unless this is just Nathaniel again? Or is it a Zima? Who is you? I actually legitimately don't know. A mystery. I gotta I don't know who this is. I thought it was a Zima. It still might be. She's got the bucket. Yeah. The warden. I don't actually know. If that person wasn't all the way back there, I'd ask them, because they might know. Oh, duh. The path leads to the Minotaur Realm. It will show you the way. Hold on. My map might know. Oh, Nald. Nald? It's still not. I don't think I know enough of the 12, actually, to be Nald. I guess just Naldal has statues everywhere. So I thought his was on the high top. Holy crap. That's very loud. Oh. I don't know, that was bizarre. Touch the rock. State your business, adventurer. So this is the one Wessikit sent me? I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you, and until I do, I will receive no... you will receive no aid from me. Give me that crit. Alright. So, we will deal with this cranky old cat, next week. The next Final Fantasy XIV stream will be, on Saturday at 5 p.m. EST. I am off tomorrow. It is a day of great rest. But the next time that I will be available is 2 p.m. EST with more Hades. I do believe we are wrapping it up, but I do not know if it will be this week that we will wrap it up. At 6 p.m. EST on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays is Pillars of Eternity, which we have just started. And it's very good, and it's a lot of me reading, so if that's something you enjoy, you should definitely stop on by. And on Fridays, will be a mishmash of things. I think I will be playing Overwatch on Friday, which will be starting at 2 and ending at 8. All my links, everything you need to know about me is linked below, where you can watch my previous previous series on YouTube and all my updates, which are on Twitter. Thank you so very, very much for watching and following. It means a great deal to me. I will see you on Tuesday, I hope. Have a lovely evening and take care. Goodbye.